leaving the country without a leader. I'll take this any day. At least I know what's going on, and I can somewhat enjoy it. But I want him to stop. I've had it. This is like, it's like I don't want to see my parents fighting. I just want them to get back to, I like Batman and Robin. I don't like Spy versus Spy. Can I talk, just finish up on all the outrage over the travel ban and stuff? This is a collision between adult actions and childish ideals. You know, the hysterics have gone without adult supervision for so long, and the muscle of deterrence have atrophied. They don't know what it's like. That's why every time Trump takes an adult action, it's like a big bucket of ice water on their head. But the travel bans, deportations, the criminal roundups, these are a course correction necessary after 4 years of children running the candy store, doling out benefits and cash to everybody. They happily forfeited the adult role to be basically a global Santa Claus. I mean, you could have protected the country. This wouldn't have happened, but now the adults are in charge.
You know, Kayleigh, I do see this as a big distraction from all the good work that this administration has been able to do up to date. Will this only distract from any of those moments?
I don't see it as a distraction. Yes, liberal media will go nuts over this. They have been all week. But this was predictable. You have the richest man in the world, Elon Musk, and the most powerful man in the world, President Donald Trump. For this to work, the richest man in the world would have had to subjugate his ego to the most powerful man, because guess who the American people elected? The man sitting behind the Resolute desk you are looking at. And Elon Musk, he did a lot of good. And he brought attention to spending, to cutting spending. No one wants to touch that issue. He touched it, and there was a lot of personal backlash. He lost value in his companies. He got death threats. But ultimately, President Trump is the one who won the election. For Elon Musk to say, I won Trump this election, President Trump won all of the swing states. He is the first person in the Republican Party to win the popular vote in 20 years. He had the highest raw vote total of any Republican nominee ever in the history of the party, increased double digits over the last 4 years among Latinos, Black, and young people. No amount of money bought that. What bought that was a movement. And Elon Musk had to decide, I'm either going to fold into this or go away from this. And he chose to go away from this. I think it's a sad thing to see. I agree with you, Greg. I don't want to see the adults fighting, but I do think this was predictable.
Well, Harold, what are your Democrat friends saying about what looks like a breakup at the moment?
So, Sandra, I'm glad you're here and glad Kayleigh's here. My Democrat friends are disappointed too. No one wants to see this. I don't think this is a Democrat or Republican thing. We should just call it for what it is. The adults are not in charge. The president did benefit from Mr. Musk. If you go back and replay and we talk about the things that we say on this show, we were right on border security. We were right on the cognitive decline of the president. And we thought we were right about this relationship with the two of them. I'm hoping, I agree with you, this is not a partisan thing. I hope they're able to repair this. For the richest person in the world who happens to live in America and has dual citizenship, I think here in South Africa, and for the president of the United States who had a relationship a year ago, they were the greatest of pals. And for the world to see this is just simply not a good thing. Two, he said two things, Mr. Musk did, and the president said another thing. Mr. Musk said that he was responsible for this win and responsible for the Senate and the House. It's interesting the way he said that. I don't know if I agree with him on that. I think you make a good point, Kayleigh, but we're going to see what he means by that. Then he said something else. He said, the president's only around for 3.5 years. I'm around for 40 years. Now, I take that to mean to those in politics, Democrat and Republican, that I'm going to be a kingmaker, continue to be a kingmaker in politics. And then the president said that he would cancel some of the contracts, and the way to save money would be to cancel contracts. I've never been one to think that the president was totally consumed by revenge and retribution. Thought of my party and others have said it. I think at times he's human. He's got flesh, so he wants to punch back at people who punch him. But why, if you really believe, we said 8 weeks ago, 12 weeks ago on this show that but for Elon, we wouldn't have a space program. But for Elon Musk, we might not have the ability to communicate around the globe like we do, and certainly Ukrainians wouldn't have been able to do what they did against Russia, but for Starlink. I've sat on this show, we bragged about his prowess as a technologist. So I just hope to Greg's points, I agree with you. I hope they're able to dial this back and de-escalate, because we may be motivated by different reasons, but I don't like it because it's not good for the country, it's not good for how we look around the globe. But I gotta tell you, there are some of my Democratic friends, Andrew, who are saying, let them fight, just like they just go with the old political kind of thing. If my enemy is fighting with the enemy, then it's okay. And then remember, Elon was a Democrat for a long, long time. So And last, I don't mind the travel ban, but it's interesting that Egypt is not a part of it, and the guy was from Egypt, in Colorado, and as we talked about before, I wish they start tracking people who want to learn how to build Molotov cocktails, online. If you go and try to build a bomb, we should know who you are. I can't buy Robitussin at a drugstore without presenting ID and being on camera. How can you go online to learn how to build a Molotov cocktail and we don't track you?
Jesse, I wonder if this means Harold's friends will start buying Teslas